God did it, not you. And if you don't understand that, you can actually turn something that was meant to be an honor into an offense against God. There are three dangerous things you should never do when God uses you. And if you ignore these, you can go from being used by God to being corrected by Him. So let's get into it so that when God uses you, you stay in position to be used again. I want to say that being used by God is powerful. It's an opportunity for Him to reach people through you, but it was never meant to point people to you. It was always meant to point people to Him. And if your heart posture is wrong, you can take something so sacred and turn it into something offensive. The first dangerous thing you should never do when God uses you is forget that God did it, not you. God gives the gifts, God gives the ability, God gives the power. You are just the vessel. The moment you start thinking, I did this, I said that, I healed them, you have already stepped out of position because now you are taking credit for what only God can do. And that is where pride begins. The second dangerous thing you can do when God uses you is allow people to praise you and not correct them, not redirect them, not stop them. You just accept it. And that is very dangerous. And we see this clearly in 2 Kings chapter 5. Naaman was healed from leprosy through a word given by Elisha. Now, after he was healed, he came back with gifts of silver, gold, clothes, his love offering, his token of saying thank you. But Elisha refused it. Why? Because he understood something. Elisha understood, if I accept this, I'm allowing this man to think it was me. So he said no. And because of that, Naaman had no choice but to turn his gratitude to God. Elisha's humility forced the glory to go where it belonged. The third dangerous thing you can do when God uses you is you accept gifts as if you were the one who did it. Matthew 5:16 says, let your light shine before men so they see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Not you, but God. When you accept the gifts, the praise, the recognition, as if it came from your power, you distort that. And now, what was supposed to glorify God is glorifying you. After Elisha refused the gifts, his servant Gehazi ran after Naaman and he lied and said Elisha changed his mind. He could use some of the gifts for the prophet's sons. And Naaman gave the gifts to him. And Gehazi, but this is the thing Gehazi did not just take the money, he took what belonged to God. And when he came back, Elisha already knew and he questioned him and he said, is this the time to receive money and clothes and wealth? In other words, Elisha was saying, what made you think this was about you or this was about me? And because of that, Gehazi was struck with the same leprosy Naaman was healed from. And all of his generation after him was cursed with the leprosy. Why? Because his heart was wrong. He saw God move and tried to profit from it. Let me say this clearly. If God uses you, and you turn that into a moment to be praised, paid, or elevated, you are out of order. That is not your power. That is not your glory. That is not your moment. That is God working through you. And the moment you take that for yourself, you put yourself in a dangerous position. Some of you don't even realize you're doing this and you let people praise you and you don't correct them. You accept gifts. Some of you even demand gifts and payment, and you don't redirect the honor. You start believing that something special is coming from you. And that's where it shifts from humility to pride, from vessel to self. Stop, repent, give the glory back to God every time. Redirect it immediately. Say it out loud if you have to. That wasn't me, that was God. because the goal is not for people to walk away impressed with you. The goal is for people to walk away knowing God. God uses humble vessels, not people trying to build themselves up. So if he uses you, stay low, stay submitted, stay aware, because it's all him and none of you. Look, if this message spoke to you, like, share, and subscribe, because this message needs to reach people who are being used by God before they mishandle it. And until next Sunday, it has been another Shelomith Inspired Sunday School. Stay humble.